I have a lot of guests come to stay, and I have acquired a huge collection, and this is only a small sample of blankets and pillows that I want to hand to them when I'm setting up their bed, things like that. Additionally, I have a very secret stash that my husband knows about, but he pretends he doesn't know, and I don't bring it to his attention, of decorative pillows that I change out seasonally. So, what I have used in the past in order to help store all of this very, very bulky stuff are vacuum bags. And as you can see, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. And it's just become annoying trying to constantly replace the storage bags that don't work with ones that do, even though they're the same brand. So I am trying out today several new options in order to make these into compact space saving ideas. If I can find something that looks good too, great. If I can find something where I can stack several options on it so that, I can have winter versus summer, I'd love to have that. I have pillows that I put on my couches for Halloween. Then when it's not Halloween, it's for fall. I also have some for Dia de los Muertos. I have some for the holidays. Every holiday, I've got a different set of pillows. So I've got a lot of stuff that I need to store, and I'm going to try a couple of different items to see which one might help me best. I'm going to show unwrapping the packages super, super fast. All right, so let's try one out and we will see how much it holds and how much I can carry of it. So this is the first one that I'm going to try. This is an extra large moving bag specifically. One of the things that I like about it, just looking at it at the onset, is I like that it has handles, and the handles seem to go all the way around. So if I'm carrying something heavy, I feel like it'll be reinforced, especially across the bottom, rather than it just kind of tearing off the side, which I've had a problem with for bags in the past. So let's see how much it actually holds. I'm going to start with putting in 3 blankets. Okay, so I've got my 3 blankets in here. I feel like it's easily transportable. I like that it's got the handles. The zipper, I hope, is going to hold up. I'm not sure. We'll see over time. It looks like it could be one of those that ends up stripping over long-term use. I don't plan on opening and closing this all the time, so I don't think it's a problem. I also like that it had this handle in case I wanted to turn it on its side for storage. So overall, pleased with the fact that it does hold the 3 blankets. This is, I think, the extra large version. It is. So it only holds 3 blankets. I don't think I'd have room for a pillow as well, given the size of my blankets. But overall, that looks good. All right. Well, there go my pillows. So here is my next product that I am trying. Let me open it up here. All right. So I like that it's clear, so I can easily see what's inside of it. It has handles on the side that here. One concern I have, and this may be completely unjustified, it may be fine, is that this stripping only goes down the side. So I can imagine if I tug a lot, this is going to start to peel back, or like the threads will start to cut. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. You cannot pick it up from the top. You can only pick it up from the sides, which may not be a problem. Just kind of some observations right off the bat. The material itself is very, very thin, very flexible. Not a whole lot to it. I do think if you snag this on something, it might tear, but I'm planning to put it on a closet, so I don't think that that would be a problem for what I'm planning to use it for. Let's see how it does with my 3 blankets. Okay, as you can see in here, I've got a lot of extra room, and you can see it here too. So I could go ahead and grab really, this is a pretty thick, heavy pillow. Let's see. I think I could fit this in here too. Plenty of room for that as well. So I zip it up. There we go. So everything's organized. I can see it. A little bit harder to lug. Like I can't throw this over my shoulder, so I'm gonna have to carry it like this. There's no other handles. I imagine if there was a handle on top, it would actually break. So I understand why, especially given the weight, why they did it this way. But I'm gonna have to carry it like this, which I don't love. But in terms of stacking purposes, if I had multiples of these, you know, I could easily stack them side by side and stack them up and be able to fit plenty in there. So which one do I prefer so far? Not sure. Let me see what the third option is and we can kind of go from there. This option is very similar to the last one that I had, but it's a different brand. So a couple of things. Again, I like the front right there that I can see through into it. Same situation on the side in terms of the handles. If I pull, this may come undone. Similar in the sense of how I would have to carry it as well, which I'm less than thrilled with. I think it's the same material as the last one, just in a slightly different color. I don't really notice any real design changes between the two. One thing, I guess, I don't know how much it matters, is the handle on this one. The fabric is a little bit wider than this one. It's not very significant, but that's about the only real difference that I can see between the two. So let's see how this one goes about also holding in the same blankets. There we go. So similar to the last one, as I mentioned, this is how I'm gonna have to carry it. It is heavy for sure, so be careful with your weight distribution on it too. But again, I feel like if I had several of these stacked up and stacked to the side, that it will take up less room, especially when I'm comparing it to something like these vacuum bags that just air leaks in it all the time. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to make a switch. In terms of comparing the three items, I think this one just doesn't have quite enough storage space for me, even though I do like how much it carries for what I'm trying to do. I need more storage space more than even portability. So I like this product. I think if I was moving or something where I had to walk around a lot, this would have been my first choice, even though it held a little bit less. Given that these are very similar in terms of price point and storage, I'll put them next to each other just so that you can see them. This one was ever so slightly larger. So given that the price points are very, very similar, I'm going to go ahead and this is the one that I'm going to end up keeping just based on the additional size. And I'm going to get it several more of them so that I can stack them side by side. And hopefully that will help with the storage situation for my seasonal pillows and also for my guest bedding, so that when I do have somebody come to stay or I am pulling out something for the holidays, that my husband doesn't open the closet door and have everything come out on top of him. So that's my plan. The only hesitation that I have now that I'm kind of thinking this through as well, this one seemed more weather and waterproof, maybe. I don't know. I haven't actually gotten it wet, but given the more plastic material, it seems like it's more water repellent. This, if it gets wet, it's going to stain or leak into here. So if you are concerned at all about water coming into where you're using these, I don't think that this material is going to be able to repel water at all. So again, something that you may consider if that's something important for your storage needs. But here we go.